We try to unfold the origin of games. Actually, this is part of my PhD study. What I've done is I gather all the definition of games, all the meanings of games from all the proposed by dictionaries published by Oxford University. Then I synthesize them and classify them into primary concept, secondary concept, and tertiary concept. In that sense, game is the sport or play of chasing wild animals for amusement, fun, or pleasure. And it is also a complete episode of play, okay, of chasing wild animals for amusement, fun, or pleasure. The keyword there is amusement and fun or pleasure. This is how game should be like. Okay, game is a contrived competition experience in its own time and space, which will be ending in a definite result, either win, lose, or draw. And because it is in the form of competition, and the result of a competition is decided by the skill, strength, or luck of using equipment or apparatus, or skill, strength, of luck of the players who apply strategies or tactics, okay, in physical or virtual reality. And then we also examine the structural elements of games. I combine goal and the rules together. Why? Because goal has been set as the first rules in the game. So setting goal and rules should be done together in one shot. After that, the next step of gamification is we focus on gameplay design. When we talk about gameplay design, we are actually talking about challenge design, interaction design. Challenge and interaction design upon the completion of goal and rule setting. And for the rules to be set, we need to set two types of rules. One is rules to be shown to the user or players, and rules to be shown or presented to the game programmers. The rules to be presented to the game programmers has to be as detailed and as complicated as possible. And those kind of rules are generally called mechanics. Okay, the game mechanics. And the mechanics is very important to determine the physics of the game. Physics of the games are like how a character in the game world should jump, okay, how high it should jump, how fast it should run. After that, okay, we will focus on the learning, which is a feedback design, because without feedback there's no learning. And the last element that we design is the narrative, okay, narrative events for games. When we develop a game with a story, and the story can be divided into three types of events. The first is a narrative event, and then we have player event. We have a in-game event. The play events are events done by the players. They can have a free view, running or walking or doing whatever they like in the game world, constrained by rules, of course. And we can also have the narrative event, where we force a player to watch the cutscene or cinematics. This is where we impose, or we superimpose or embed learning content, okay, to the player. It will be ideally done in the form of debriefing. That means after they completed a mission, we debrief them on what they actually have learned in the game. And then we also have an in-game event. In-game events are like, okay, raining, earthquake, something that has been programmed and players cannot interfere. Okay, have no way to interact with these in-game events unless there's a bug. Okay, and sometimes it's not clear whether there's a bug or there's a player event. So if player never tell you, so you don't let them know. Okay, they might regard the bug as a feature. Ha ha ha. And then we also study people who study games for research, like, okay, Patrick is one of them. And then we have Paul Pivak and Maya Pivak, Terry Brown, Sarah, okay, You might have known some of these people. And then we also discuss with people who teach games, like Ernest Adams. Okay, he produced a book, Fundamentals of Game Design, Advanced Game Mechanics, and things like that. And then Dr. Jonathan Sky, he's my friend. We work together in a project, eye tracking project, in his lab back then in Glasgow, Caledonia University. I heard that he's now he quit the university. He's now a boss himself. Okay, become an entrepreneur. And Dr. Colin Price. Okay, I met him in one of the conference 2009. He's a principal lecturer in Worcester University, doing research in like using a game engine to teach I think English. And then I have my friends. Alistair was a student. He was doing his undergrad when I was doing my PhD. We met each other, and then he turned what we have done together, 48 Hours Game Jam, into a game that is playable on Android and Apple. And then the title of the game is called Greedy Banker. And then we also have Matt Sidney and Tom. Matt and Tom, I work with them in Aberdeen Dundee University. And then Noah Falston, he's now the chief game designer of Google. We work together in the Neo World project. Okay, apart from working in Malaysia, we also go out and talk to people in conferences. These are some of the conferences I attended in the past. Basically, what we have to do is we have to talk to people, share what we do, to cross-check. Okay, cross-check. Apart from publication, we also attend conference to discuss with real human being. Okay, get human input instead of the computerized input or feedback. And then we promote games in GDC, and then we visit Silicon Valley and see what they can offer to us. This is a birthplace of first Apple computer. Okay, Steve Jobs' parents' house. And then we have doctoral students working in game studies. We have undergraduate students and interns from other institutions working in game studies and game production. And we produce books, modules for gamification and game listening for trainee teachers and teacher trainers in our own university and other university in Malaysia. We study the potential and dangers of using games in teaching and learning. We must know both, not only the potential but also the danger, so that we know when to use what. We propose a learning structure for practicing game listening. What do they need to have in terms of the knowledge, intellectual abilities and skills, and attitudes. And then we also propose collaboration and collaboration model for academics to work with the game expert from the creative industry. So I was asked once, okay, when will Dr. Tan, me, okay, stop studying games? My answer would be when games are treated just like books, where people no longer question games as a media, and then we just pick up a game or download it and play, and then I know there's a time I could probably stop studying game. So what else do you want to know from us about game development, serious game, gamification in Malaysia? You can always email me and I'll try my best to answer your question. Okay, with that, thank you. Bye. All the best in your study.